Good morning, all of you. Today we'll continue with the SHM. In from today onwards, what you can say, like almost we are going to discuss the mixed concept here, like the SHM with all other ideas. Still know what all we know, like fluid statics, fluid dynamics, then friction, rolling motion, surface tension, viscosity, thermodynamics. So all the things will come. So this particular thing will be like a very dynamic topic you can put, like or either sense different ideas brought at one particular place. And you look at the advanced paper, they do ask problems of this mixed concept also. So I think you just refer book and try to pick up problems, not only just spring block, what we have like is earlier we discussed, along with the spring block, even this set of numericals are also plenty are there. So try to work on them. That'll be better. Begin with the angular SHM problems. So if you can see that, first we'll take the angular SHM problems here. So let there be a rod and it is injured at the midpoint. Let m be the mass of the rod. Let k be the spring constant. We have to find out the time period of oscillation of this rod. So it can be lying on smooth horizontal surface. How G will act? G will act perpendicular to plane of paper. So this is a rod lies on smooth horizontal surface. I'll write it. Okay, now slightly I'll displace. So we have to calculate the time period of oscillations of the rod. Spring constant, I took it same. It can be even different also. K1, K2 also we can have it. Okay, now this is the earlier position. So now it is being displaced. No, we'll get like this. Then this will be so this is the displacement. Let it be x. I rotate the rod through a small angle theta. How is angular displacement given in this direction? How the torque will act? Torque will be in this direction. Okay, fine now. So what is the spring force? The spring force will be both the springs got compressed. So how the spring force? Spring force will act in this direction. So there's a point 2 about which it is hinged. Now a torque is set up here. So what is x? How to calculate? So this will be L by 2. So sine theta equal to x by L by 2, x equal to L by 2 sine theta. Now what is the resultant torque about point 2? This should be equal to minus I naught into alpha. Why negative sign? Because that torque is acting opposite to angular displacement. You look at the theta in this direction, whereas the resultant torque or restoring torque will be clockwise. The angular displacement was anti-clockwise. So therefore, negative sign let me bring. So what is the torque? So torque by the spring forces only. So this should be equal to uh, 2 into kx L by 2 cos theta. should be equal to ml square by 2l into alpha. Look at this condition. What can be this distance? L by 2 cos theta. So let me replace the value 2 k x equal to L by 2 sine theta L by 2 cos theta minus ml square by 2l into alpha. Okay, therefore alpha is equal to 6k by ml will be there. L will also not there. 6k by m negative sine cos theta sine theta. Theta very small. Cos theta will become 1 and sine theta will be theta. So therefore this will become alpha equal to minus 6k m 1. This is theta. This is angular SHM. What we had is a linear SHM spring block, here angular SHM. So the rod is going to oscillate. So what is the state of rod? Rod will be, I think I can show this. Not possible. Huh? Actually, both the ends will be oscillating. So this is the angular SHM, not linear SHM. So for linear SHM, the equation will be A is equal to minus omega square x. For angular SHM, it will be angular acceleration will be proportional to negative of angular displacement. Able to get this one? So this will become linear SHM. This will be angular SHM. So now what is omega? Omega will be 6k by m. So time period will be 2 pi m by 6k. So this is the expression for time period of oscillations. Okay, no, so we will, the first problem I introduced. Sir, why weight? How the weight will act? Rod lies on smooth or gentle surface. How the weight will act? Weight will act into the plane of paper. So mg will act into the mg will act into the plane of paper. Okay, fine. These are some, just make observation, it'll be very good. But I think every problem, you can't just only see the diagram and okay, I'll do one thing. So what you should do, you should disturb the diagram from equilibrium position. Earlier it was here. Now I'll rotate the rod and release. Then once you rotate, what are the forces that are acting? Yes, from there you get into the problem. What is the condition? In fact, the spring remains straight. So there's a rod like smooth or gentle surface. And what is the other condition? Springs remain straight. But what actually practically will happen, as you rotate, this point will not be here, no? So as you rotate, this point will come here. Are you getting the thing? That's why the theta I made very small. Please do make some observation. Theta very small. So if in fact practically what happened, the point, this end of the rod will not be here, will be here, no? Since theta very small, so the springs will remain the straight. Getting the idea? This one? Okay, now we'll take one more. With weight also, let it come into picture. L by 4, K1, K2. Length of the rod is 3L by 4. Okay, initially springs are released. Relax. Okay, now slightly I'll displace the lower end of this rod. Find the time period of oscillations. So here, how it will be? It's going to oscillate like this. Huh? It's going to oscillate like this. This is what the problem. Very simple. So it's going to oscillate. Who will oscillate? X-ray agent should come and display the rod. Initially, it's like this. No? I will slightly rotate it about an axis passing through inch and perpendicular to plane. Then release. So then it's going to oscillate here. So what is this? This is like a angular SHM. Sir, is it not compound pendulum? Yes, it's a rigid rod, but along with that weight of the rod, what is there? Spring forces have come into picture. Try to understand. Nothing big is there. So we have to calculate time period of oscillations of this system. Along with the weight, spring forces are also acting. All of you able to imagine? To some extent, I am able to show that this is what happens. So don't think that this is SHM. Length of the rod cannot change. Length of the rod should be constant, L. This is what the SHM. Okay, let's displace the rod. Okay, there's the initial thing. So let me slightly displace it. So it will be here. I'll give angular displacement, and this is an inch. So we have given angular displacement theta. So what is the state of this spring? Will be compressed. Oh, sorry, will be elongated. So a spring force will act here. This will be compressed. So spring force will act here. So how the spring force here? This will be K1, X1. So spring force here will be, what else? I'll show it here only. K2, X2. So this is X2. And the center of mass, which was here, now will get displaced, so will be here. Okay, these are all forces that are acting. Now, what is X1? We need X1. So this length will be L by 4. This length will be L by 2. And this length, not vertical, and this length will be L. Or we'll write it here. I think this will be a better idea. See, this is not L. Now, once you rotate, when you tilt the rod through a small angle theta, this will become the length L. Getting the idea? So this is a lot confusion. So students will try to take this as L. When the rod is vertical, this will become length L. So when you rotate, this will become length L. Okay, first we'll get what is X1, X2. Sine theta equal to X1 by L by 4. Sine theta is equal to, directly, let it be X2 by L. Okay, what is the torque now? Torque about 0.2. So net torque about 0.2 should be mg into R. How is the torque? Clockwise. Torque due to spring force, kx1 L by 2 cos theta. This is also clockwise. K2 x2 L cos theta. This is also clockwise. Try to see it. So spring force will act. It will set up a torque. So how is the torque? Clockwise. Then due to weight also will be clockwise. Due to the spring force will act and there's a point. So it will be clockwise. So therefore this will be okay, fine. So this is the condition. So now this will be torque equal to mg. R will be L by 2 sine theta K1. X1 will be L by 4 sine theta. So what is it? This is moment of inertia. And negative sign I'll put it. Why? The torque will act opposite to angular displacement. So this will be minus ml square by 2l into alpha is equal to all sine theta terms. Let me take outside. What I wrote? No, L by 4 ma. L by 4. I'll make it here. Correction. L by 4 cos theta. Here no? Yeah, fine. Yeah. Length is L by 4. Okay, no, fine. Mg L by 2 plus K1 L square by 8 cos theta K2 L square cos theta. The whole this will be sine theta. Theta very small, sine theta will be theta.
Sir,
Uh,
sir, in that down equation also you have to change L by 4 now, sir.
L by 4, I didn't change. Here is there, no? L by 4. Okay, 1. X1 is equal to L by 4 here also. Okay, this one, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then this will become 16. Alpha is equal to, now this will become 6g by L minus alpha. Alpha is equal to, this will be L square get cancelled. So 12, this will become 3k1 by 4m. Now, see this. Okay, I think calculation correct. No, so this will become 12 by 2, 6. 12 by 16 will be 3 by 4. So this will become 12. Okay, this will be the angular SHM. So now we'll ml square by 3. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll do correction. I don't know. I think this will become 3 by 16. Check it. I made all some corrections. So this will be the now alpha equal to minus omega square theta. So therefore this omega square will be a very big quantity will come. 3g by 2l, 3k1 by 16. I think let me write m here. So 3k2 by m. So time period will be 2 pi this will be the time period of oscillations. Okay, so like this what happen, we will get a this one. So if you
Sir, in time period 3K1 by 16 sir.
1616 I'm missing.
Yes.
Okay, I'll minimize so that you can see total problem. See now. You may get different idea-based questions, so you should be ready for this. That's what I suggest you like. Not only rod, it can be any other thing. Once we do for rod, no, I can bring any other object also. Okay, I'll scroll down. We'll take the next condition. Okay, we'll take the rolling condition. Okay, this is some mean position. We'll define like this. No use in this. We have to find out the time period of oscillation. So let me take this a disk. If you want, you can put solid sphere, anything that one. So there's a rough surface. We have to find out the time period of oscillation. So we'll try to develop the different approaches here possible. Okay, friction sufficient for pure rolling. Okay, let me displace this. And I'll release it. Okay, yes, spring force, Kx will act. The friction, how the torque, I'm going to release from rest. Circle. Okay, now the friction will be in this direction. Okay, what about the acceleration? So acceleration of center of mass, there'll be torque about center of mass. So Kx minus. So let's try that one. So we know a lot of rolling motion ideas. Let me start with this one. So Kx. Okay, fine. So here, the moment I release it, so the spring force will act through the center of mass. That Kx will be, and if a force acts so that it passes through center of mass. How the rolling friction? We know that rolling friction should act backward. So this friction now will set up a torque for pure rolling. So this will be IC into alpha C. Then for pure rolling, no slipping. The friction is sufficient for pure rolling. Okay, like this, what happened? We'll get solving this. Okay, let's. What is our question? We have to calculate the acceleration. We have to show that acceleration proportional to negative of displacement. So therefore, now let me replace further. F equal to, this will be IC. This will be F into R, IC, AC, alpha C. No, it is AC by R. So therefore, what is F is equal to ICAC by R square. Let me generalize. Later on, I'll come to the moment of inertia of different rigid bodies. Let's substitute. This equation I'm going to substitute in this one. So then it will become Kx minus ICAC R square equal to MAC. Look at now. So acceleration kr square x by IC plus mr square. So this acceleration, how it is, the displacement was given towards right. And the spring force is acting towards left. Okay, if you want negative sign, again we'll get confused. So I'm trying to avoid here. So comparing this with, so we will get time period. The time period depends on what all? Depends on moment of inertia. If the rigid body, if the ring, how much IC will be? Mr square. If the disk, mr square by 2 is a solid sphere, 2 by 5 mr square. So ring, disk, solid sphere, hollow sphere. I think these are the 4 bodies, or better we can make it only 4 bodies here. Ring or hollow cylinder, both are same. Disk or solid cylinder, both are same. Hollow sphere, solid sphere. So 4 objects are there. All 4 objects, they're having same mass, same radius. Then, but moment of inertia will be different. So what happened to time period will be different. I think in the matchings, you may get questions of like this. They'll say rigid body. So they'll give the name. All the rigid bodies are having same mass and radius r. Then they'll ask you what about the time period. General discussions of like this can also be there for you in advanced exams, especially in matchings. They'll try to ask it here. Okay, like this, we are in a position now. We got time period. Okay, let's study the motion. What is the role of friction? This is something very important. I just picked up this problem to learn more about the rolling friction here. Okay, now what will happen after some time? It will be like this. This will be alpha, this will be acceleration AC. The friction will be acting here. Now, when it comes to mean position, what is the state of it? Let me make it small diagrams. Now, here it will have maximum velocity. So what about the friction here? Friction will be 0 when it is at mean point, because net force should be 0 and spring is relaxed. Next, after this, what will happen? It will be so how the spring force will be acting in this direction. How the friction should act? The friction should act in this direction. Then it will undergo retardation. It will have angular velocity. Velocity of center of mass will be like this. But the retardation will be like this. And finally, what will happen? It will again come to instantaneous rest. This will be the left extreme. Then spring force here will be maximum, Ka. Let me write, this is Ka. This is Kx is what I derived it. So let it have angular velocity. Velocity of center of mass also. Okay, able to understand? So this will be the amplitude A. Again, when it returns back, I think a student has to study at least one oscillation, what actually happens and what is the role of friction is what needed. So here it will have Vm. Okay, fine. So this is what the friction. So how the direction of friction will be acting? On the right hand side here from the mean to extreme. So when the rigid body moves from complete one oscillation, I'll show it. When the rigid body moves from right extreme to mean, the friction will act backward. When the rigid body moves from mean to left extreme, the friction will act towards left. Again, from left extreme to mean, the friction will be acting towards left only. So the direction of friction, rolling friction, which is acting, will not be constant, will be varying harmonically here also. Sir, how you can see? I think it's very simple, no? Look at acceleration. It is proportional to displacement. Suppose shall we define this as t equal to 0, this condition? Then what is the equation of SHM will be? A cos omega t. Okay, now look at this, x equal to A cos omega t. So the for acceleration of center of mass will vary. This friction is directly proportional to acceleration of center. So friction will also vary harmonically. This is the very important. This is what I wanted to stress in this particular numerical. We got time period. What about the friction? The role of friction, the friction varies, the rolling friction varies harmonically with the time. So then can we plot equation for, So let's write equation for the friction. So this will be F equal to ICR square. What is AC? AC will be I have to bring that negative sign. Huh? So this will be the, so finally F is equal to, this will be IC. Okay, the friction will be proportional to negative of displacement. Okay, now we'll plot. Huh? We'll plot just all different types of graphs. Huh? We'll see what information we'll get it. Okay, now x equal to A cos omega t. This is plus A minus A. This is x. This is t. We know acceleration proportional to negative of displacement. Acceleration proportional to negative of displacement. Minus of cos will come. So minus of cos, it will start from here. This will be. Please do focus. So especially the matchings, no? So these are the very important ways of asking questions, especially in maths, the following. Not just numericals. I think a student must also think not just end answer, what actually goes on the numerical. Okay, this is the thing. What about the friction? So this is the acceleration, what we are plotting. So minus omega square A. I'm interested in the friction. So friction will vary similar to the acceleration only. So what we have a curve. So similar to that, the friction curve is going to vary. This is the maximum friction. It varies harmonically. This is something very important. So what is this F? Rolling friction. It's, I think, first time you come across graph of friction of like this. Now, for any amplitude, will it oscillate? Say the questions are very important in books. When we have a question, time, find the time period. Okay, everyone will do that. What is there? So something questions when they are asked about the more than one options, no, along with the time period, I will do ask other things here. For any amplitude, will it oscillate? Anybody wants to answer? What is the maximum possible amplitude for which the body will oscillate? And we do have one more word, no? Friction sufficient for pure rolling. How to justify these two? As in fact, there's a thing. What is x equal to? X equal to a cos omega t, shall we write? And what is the maximum permitted value of friction? Mu s mg. What is the maximum permitted value of rolling friction? So F is equal to minus IC omega square R square a cos omega t. Then what is the maximum permitted value of A max is asking. So when this will become limiting. Cos omega t should be equal to 1. So what is FL? Mu s mg. Negative sign. I'm. So what is A max? A max equal to mu s mg R square by IC omega square. Omega value we know time period from there. There's a thing about the omega. Okay, substitute the time period. So that will determine the maximum thing that. So for all values, if the amplitude of oscillation is less than this, the friction will be less than limiting and there won't be slipping. If the amplitude is greater than this, slipping will occur. It will not be SHM, damped oscillations, what you can call it. What is omega? Omega is this particular thing. We have to bring it. We have to solve like this here. In this one, omega, it has to be brought from here. Omega square is asking. Okay, substituting that, we can solve here. Getting the idea? I think if I substitute omega square, okay, let me substitute omega square. I see omega square will be kr square r square get cancels. Okay, fine. This is the amplitude. So very important. Please do remember in books, they didn't stress. So what shall we write? If A less than Max, no slipping. If A greater than A max, okay, sorry, no slipping or pure rolling occurs. Then yes, slipping occurs, sorry. A greater than A max. A greater than A max, slipping will occur. Will it be SHM? Here it will be SHM. Motion is SHM. What about here? Slipping occurs. The motion will be, in fact, damped oscillation. Energy will not be conserved. The amplitude will keep on decrease and finally come to rest here. Okay, I just wanted to give the exact idea of this particular rolling. There's a one basic problem I picked up. It can be any rigid body. Springs can be connected anywhere. Okay, this is about, I think it's quite lengthy, so like we should know all these things. Shall we solve this by any other approach? So let's take the intermediate position. So if you take this intermediate position, what all form the energy is available here? In what all form energy is available? The energy is available in the form of rotational kinetic energy, translational kinetic energy, and elastic potential energy. And from where this energy will come, the oscillation energy from here, the X-radiant what happen will drag this disk. For this what happen, the spring will get elongated. And that is what oscillation energy. The moment if I release here, because of spring force and friction, it starts rolling. Then it will execute SHM. This is what happens here. So now shall we go for energy method? As in what all form energy is there? Rotational kinetic energy, translational kinetic energy, and elastic potential energy of the spring. Okay, let's do by energy method. One spring, okay, energy method is preferable. More than one spring, no. So it's better to go for energy method only. If one spring, that torque method will be much easier. So the oscillation energy is equal to mv square mv square what is E naught? E naught should be equal to Ka square by 2. This is oscillation energy or work done by an external agent. Okay, then what is V? V equal to R omega. I think I wrote many times. Huh? Let me write here. V equal to R omega, and in fact, V equal to dx by dt. Let me replace all the things. So E naught is equal to mv square by 2 IC by 2. Omega will be V square by R square equal to K by 2 X square. So this will become mv square. And okay, I had to differentiate, no? This one. So dE naught by dt, m by 2, 2v dv by dt, IC 2r square, 2v dv by dt, mva plus IC now why? Because overall mechanical energy remains constant, what all we supplied. So that V will get eliminated from the equation. So this will become MA plus IC R square A the same equation what we earlier we had. Okay, now look at the both the answers. IC plus MR square by KR square. IC plus MR square by KR square 2 pi. Energy method. Tell me like which one you fill. Either one you can prefer. Depending upon your convenient. That's what I said. Depending upon your convenient, you can go for the either one. No, what is the maximum angular velocity? Can we find out that omega m? Again, applying conservation of mechanical energy. Can we calculate this omega m? Maximum angular velocity of this one. So here in what form the oscillation energy is of Ka square. The same energy is available here in the form of kinetic energy and rotational kinetic energy, because the elastic potential of spring will be 0. Since Vm equal to R omega m. See, so many things can be asked here. A student has to not just only time period. Along with this, so many other things are there which you are supposed to learn. Okay, got the idea? So look at this one's energy method. I think this you are quite very familiar, no? The energy what we supply, that is oscillation, and that will remain same, because SHM is a motion which will obey the law of conservation of mechanical energy principle. Fine. Okay, let's take the application part. This is the basic idea. I started from here. Okay, now if you have so if it is like this, okay, let this be SP here. If we have situation of like this will be 2K and this will be K. Let me take it this. Now this is rough. These are the walls. We have to find out the time period of oscillation. So what is the condition here? The spring will remain horizontal during that motion. It is assumed. So the spring is connected to this particular point. Highest point, and the friction is sufficient for pure rolling. So we have to find out the time period of oscillations. Torque method will be very difficult because you have to work out a problem where force will be acting at highest point, force will be acting here, friction will be acting. Little bit lengthy. If you want, you can try. Energy method will be much easier. In what all form the energy can be rotational kinetic energy, translational kinetic energy, and elastic potential energy of springs. Let x1 be the displacement of, we will show separately here. Okay, let x1 be the displacement of this. Okay, if I move like this, the spring will be compressed, no? So kx1, I write it, and this will be compressed, sorry, kx1, and this will be 2kx2. This will be omega c, and it will be vc. What action friction x? Let's not bother. But net work done by rolling friction should be 0. I think nobody asked, sir, why you're not to work done by friction. I am really surprised. Sir, why there is no work done by friction? Net work done by rolling friction should be 0, no? That's why work done by friction is 0 here. That's why mechanical energy is conserved. You don't say rolling friction will not do work. It does work. Translational work will done will become equal to rotation work. Net work done will become 0. If you go back again, you can see from here. So it does negative translation work, positive rotation work. Net work done will be 0. Again, as it moves, so what it does, positive translation work. So it should decrease the value. So like it does positive translation work, negative rotation work. Net work done will be 0. The role of friction also very important. You should analyze here. Okay, let's get into this particular problem. I do have, so what is x1? X1 equal to xc. So we have to show that. So what is x2? X2 should be equal to 2x because displacement of center of mass will be the x, let me take it x equal to. So the spring 1 is connected to the center of mass. So therefore the deformation of this spring should be equal to displacement of center of mass. For pure rolling, the displacement of highest point should be twice the displacement of center of mass. So we have 2x1. Okay, let's write oscillation energy. E naught is equal to K x1 square by 2, 2K x2 square by 2, M V square by 2, or VC only will write it, where V equal to R omega, and in fact V equal to dx by dt. I should replace all the things. So this will be kx square by 2. K, what is x2? 4, 2 ja 8, 8, 9 kx square by 2 mv square. Omega, r omega square, we can write v square. So this will become mv square by 4. Okay, this will become 9 kx square by 2. This will be 3m v square by 4. We'll end up something of like this. Okay, this is a time period. We got it. What about friction? How friction will act? I think we have to put effort. We should go back to again the rolling motion. This one. So to get the direction of friction, what we should do? To get the direction of friction, what you should do? Like if you apply a force to F, here if F, so how the friction will act, you assume any one direction and try to solve. But I think we should make an exact guess, because the direction of friction will not be constant, will be varying harmonically here also. So what you should do is like, this will be 2kx. Okay, 2k x2. x2 is again 2x1, so 4kx, here kx will act here. So if a force acts at highest point, the friction should act forward. If a force acts at the center of mass, friction should act backward. Now both the forces are acting. So therefore you assume any one direction, solve it. If you get direction of friction negative, you have to change it. Then get expression for the friction here. But it will do very harmonically. So you go back to the, let me just assume the friction here. It should be like this here. Why 4kx? I think what is the spring constant here? 2k, no? And this is k. Getting the idea? This will be. So the friction will act here. So if you just slightly displace and release, no? So it's going to roll like this. And it will, and what will happen? The springs will remain horizontal. You know, all this condition is like this. You do get plenty of good questions of rolling idea. You should be very careful. Okay, I'll go for the next condition. Radius of this, let it be smaller, mass Bm. This is a fixed ball. Let this be a sphere or a disk. Let it be sphere, solid sphere. And this is a fixed ball, and this is sufficiently rough. Fixed ball it is. It's the ball is fixed here. So I'll take a marble. I think this you can do in your home. You take any bowl. Nowadays, I think ceramic bowls or anything will be available. You take some marble or say like some spherical orange. It should be a rigid body. Okay, we can take marble to be almost rigid. You slightly displace this and release. So what will happen? It will start rolling. If it is a block, it will slide. There's another thing. So here we are talking about the rolling. So it will be like this. That's it. You can really you make observation. So we have to calculate the time period of oscillation. Okay, how you bring, let's see. I'll give some time to analyze. Because now you have enough of some methodology like, okay, how to do with the rolling one. Carry on. Just try to think what all you can do. Okay, here acceleration due to gravity will also be there. No? Okay, let me take it out all. Okay, no. I'll do one thing. I will take this and I'm going to release from here. So are you noticing I gave some angular displacement. In fact, theta will be very small. So to make understand, okay, I'm just showing it very big here. I'll release it. So by the time, when it comes to mean position, so it will have, right, O2, this is O1. Or if you want center of mass, anything you can write it. So when it comes here, it will have two angular velocities. One, omega 1, another is V1. So it will have angular velocity omega 2. That is the first thing will make observation. So what is V1? It will have two angular velocities. One, it will be spinning about its own axis passing through its center of mass, and other about an axis passing through point O2. What is O2? O2 is center of the ball. I think already we have discussed some problems related to this in SHM. So it will be like this. So now it will be rolling up. So you can see it is spinning about its own axis, passing through its center of mass O1, and also it is rotating. It is describing circular path about O2, no? So therefore, two angular velocities will be there, and about its O1, as it is pure rolling, friction will be sufficient for pure rolling. So V1 equal to R omega 1. At the same time, V1 is equal to what? R minus R omega 2. Because radius of sphere is small r, radius of this will be capital R, no? So what is the distance O1, O2? O1, O2 should be capital R minus small r. So let me equate this. R omega 1 equal to R minus R omega 2. Okay, like this, where all I want, no? Omega 2 in terms of omega 1, I can replace here. So what is omega 1 equal to R minus capital R by what is omega 2? Omega 2 is what? D theta by dt. Look at this. Rate of change of this angular displacement is what? This angular velocity, no? So when it moves from small r, V1 equal to, okay, then I'll make some correction. V1 r small r, it should be smaller, yeah. V1 is equal to r small r omega 1. I think we'll have here. Let's have V9 like this, and this is capital R. No, it is released from rest. Release it from rest. This will be released from rest. So decrease in potential G here, gravitational potential should be converted into the translational as well as rotational kinetic energy. That's what the condition here. So let's go for the decrease in potential energy. MGH is should be equal to mv1 square by 2 plus IO1 omega 1 square by 2. MGH. So what is H? H should be equal to R minus R cos theta. V1 should be equal to R omega 1 I naught moment of inertia. So 2 by 5 mr square 1 by 2 omega 1. Omega 1, what happened? I should replace this as R minus small r. Or V1 capital R minus small r omega 2, we can write. Either let it be. Okay, next one more step. R1 minus cos theta is equal to m by 5. So r square here also get cancelled. So all together resultant will be 1 minus cos theta. This m r minus r whole square. Omega 2 square also will come outside. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 5. So this will be 7 by 10. Okay, what to do? Okay, finally, we have to show that alpha, no? I should bring alpha. So shall we differentiate this? After differentiating this one, mgr, or one more step, I'll write it. mgr minus mgr cos theta differentiating this with respect to theta. Directly I'll write it this one, mgr minus sine theta d theta 7m by 10 . Okay, this will become mgr sine theta. Omega 2 I should write, no? D theta by dt is what? Omega 2. Look at this one. So this should be equal to 7n by 10 alpha 2. Omega 2 gets eliminated. So what I'll be left over with? M will get eliminated. So 10, okay, 5 G R by 7 check once. So theta very small, sine theta will become theta. Equating this with equation of SHM. So we'll get the time period as 2 pi okay, this will be the time period. Smaller in terms of R, if you have any inform, if you substitute, you'll get the required answer. Okay, like this, what happens, you do get numericals of different varieties. A student slowly should get adjusted to the new way of thinking. Rather than saying new way, no, so the different approaches. All the time, it need not be only springs will be there. Without spring also, there can be numerical. What is the role of friction? Yes, the friction will be acting. The moment you release, friction will act here. Friction will it be constant or variable? It will be variable. Rolling friction it is. It will vary harmonically. The same ideas what earlier we had. Then what makes it to come to instantaneous rest here? Who will decrease the angular velocity? The friction only. So here when it is moving, the friction will act up the incline. Here when it is ascending, when descending, friction will be up the incline. When ascending, the friction will be should be the up the incline. So then only what will happen? The angular velocity will decrease, no? So here who will decrease angular velocity? The friction only. Again, when it rolls, the friction output should be up the incline. So what about here? What is the nature of friction here? So as it ascends, then the friction should be up the incline. So again, the net work done by friction 0. That's why I'm able to think here. So what is the idea now again? Net work done by rolling friction is 0. So I need not to bother. That's why I'm able to move to the conservation of mechanical energy. In books, they made this smaller r as some capital R, or this they made 5R, this is R, or smaller will be R by 4 or R by 5. They brought it, or directly took capital R, small r. It can be disk, it can be ring, it can be solid sphere. Proportional to that, you are going to change here. Okay, well tomorrow I'll come few more problems of rolling, because only one day rolling will not be. So let me introduce to now SHM with fluids. How the Bion force will that one. So some problems related to fluid mechanics and SHM will take it. The questions are unlimited, I'm telling. So we can't just say, okay, fine, we know everything. Because any of the condition, you can bring it here. Okay, there's a block. So some x length is what? Floating, or say h length is floating. Let L be the length of the object. So this is the density of the liquid. This is cylinder. We'll take it. Now what will happen is, what we are going to do, I'll slightly deplace it and release. Let A be the area of cross section of the cylinder. I'll slightly deplace. If I slightly deplace, what will happen to cylinder? So it will go into the liquid. Little bit more. See, you must have again the background, what actually goes on, not like something, mere equations will not help you. What actually goes on? So when you press it, it will go more into the liquid. That's a general idea. It will go more into the liquid. Then you see this. Some Y length, it will go more violent into the liquid. And then what are the forces? Sigma. This is rho. So earlier the buoyant force was balancing the weight of solid. So now FB dash. Now additional buoyant force will balance. So will be acting. Now what is FB dash? We'll write like this. FB dash minus WS equals 0. WS means mass, that one. Let M be the mass of this. FB dash is how much? Density of liquid, area of cross section, length immersed into mg equals 0. Now, if I slightly depress it, then what happens? The buoyant force will increase. It will increase by distance y. You can see h plus y it is now. Okay, so some of you are asking, sir, what is that? This is h, you know, so you can see now. Some y length more it got into the liquid, no? So therefore the buoyant force will definitely will increase. So the new buoyant force, it will be equal to, now ma equal to fb minus ws. ma is equal to what is fb? Density of liquid, area of cross section, h plus yg minus mg. You look at rho a hg minus mg, that will cancel out. So ma is equal to rho a g y. And how is this acceleration? Proportional to negative of displacement. That negative sign from here will bring it. Comparing this with the time period, t is equal to 2 pi by omega. What is m? Cylinder. What is the mass of cylinder? Density of cylinder, area of cross section into total height. Let h be the total height of the cylinder. I think so many other things I brought it. H length, whatever you want, whatever symbol you want, you can take it. Let h be this one. So this will become rho a g. So what all will cancel? We'll see sigma h by rho g. So the time period depends on what? Independent of area of cross section. It depends upon the density of cylinder, density of liquid, and the height of the cylinder. Greater the height, yes, the time period will increase. Try to make some observation. The end equations are very important. More than one option, see, like in what actually more than one option? More than one option is what, like the end answer, what you get, you should know how to interpret. So will the time period of oscillation depends upon how much you press this and release? No, it is independent of y. Am I right? This y is 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter. That will not determine time period. That is nothing but amplitude. This y is amplitude. Okay, next question comes. What is the buoyant force? Force exerted by liquid. And you see that SHM is what? Conservation of mechanical energy. No? So is it a buoyant force, conservative force? Yes, it is. Therefore, the Bernoulli's theorem, no? How we brought force exerted by the liquid. The pressure force is a conservative force. So therefore, the buoyant force is a conservative force. Able to think now? So many things are there to really analyze here. Getting some idea? Okay, now we'll take the next question. Let this be sigma, rho 1, rho 2. Let the length immersed be initially L naught. Length of the pole, let it be L. Capital L will take it. Okay, these are two immiscible liquids, rho 1 and rho 2. We have to calculate the time period of oscillations of this one. So where this is, you can see that one. The lower end is at the interface of two liquids. I think I'll. There's a very nice problem. Just know what we studied, know the application of that. This is one liquid. Blue color is what we have one liquid. This yellow color is what? Another liquid. Okay, slightly I'll replace. I'll give the description so that'll be easy for you. Now, where is the lower end of the cylinder? What when it is floating, it is just touching the interface of two liquids. I'll slightly depress and release it. It's asking to calculate the time period of oscillations. It can be a situation of this kind also can come. Okay, what actually one oscillation occurs, I think we should be careful. So I'll press it, no? So it'll come like this. Try to get into the problem. It will be. Okay, we'll try to analyze diagram first. So the block what went slowly, it got into some blue color liquid or the lower liquid also. Then again, it will come back to the mean position like what we had. Then it will slightly rise up. The liquid what happened will be there only. Don't think that liquid rho 1, rho 2 will move. The liquid where it is, they'll retain that position. This is what happens. No, again it will come back. Okay, now you see this. So like this, we can show one oscillation. I'm showing small instant. So we have to calculate this particular time period. Okay, get into the problem. Get into problem. Okay, try to solve. So what all best you can use the mathematics here. Try to. Let's get into. Sigma, 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 sigma. This is rho 1, rho 2. Okay, try to. And this L naught will not change. This is very important part of the problem, and length of the cylinder will not change. Let A be the area of cross section. I want the time period now. So you try to see for half of the time period, the block, the cylinder will be there in second liquid, a part of that one. In remaining half, what happened, it will be there here. So in this position, we'll calculate the time period. Half of the time period, it'll be like this, no? It'll go and it will come. So this additional bind force will be acting. Then it has come to mean position. Now again, what happened? It has moved to upper extreme. Again, it'll come back. So if you look at this, you break up this problem into two parts. For half of the time period, the additional bind force will come from here. For half of the time period, the additional bind force will be due to this one. So let me take this arbitrary position. FB mg, then the acceleration, let it be like this. MA1 is equal to FB1. What is the bind force? How you write? How to begin this particular problem? So this acceleration, let me call A1. I can't show one oscillation, just some rough diagrams is what I'm presenting in front of you. Okay, looking at this diagram. So first, if you want to write it this FB naught, and this will be very, very important for you. There's a weight mg. So what is FB naught? FB naught minus mg equal to 0. FB naught equal to rho 1 A L naught G minus mg equals 0. Keep it in hand like this. Now additional bind force MA1 should be equal to FB minus mg. MA1, keep it here. So what is FB? FB is equal to density of liquid rho 1 A L naught plus rho 2 A YG. So some Y length got into the liquid, no? Of cylinder got into the second liquid also. Minus mg. So rho 1 A L naught and minus mg. That should be equal to 0. So what is the additional bind force will be rho 2 AGY. So A1 equal to rho 2 AG by M. M is equal to sigma AL so this is one acceleration A1. Okay. Okay, I'll shift all this. I think printout will be a problem, no? Okay, let it be here. Some of you are taking printout. So what is the time period will be? Okay, I get this. So this is the for first half, huh? When cylinder gets into the second liquid, for half of the time it will be there in the second liquid. Then what happened? Yeah, from mean position it will go to the upper extreme. Then again mean. Able to make it out. So now looking at this, we'll write the equations now. So what is the bind force? Here it will be, if you want, you write FB1. Now FB2, as usual, weight mg will acting. Let it be MA2. Then MA2 is equal to mg minus FB2. Now what is FB2? Some y length. Any other, if you want to write it x, you may not. So what is the bind force? You should take it now. FB2 should be equal to density of liquid rho 1A, L0 minus y, L0 minus x. I'll make it x so that'll be easy for you to compare things. Getting the idea? This is x, this is y. Now what is the bind force? So this total distance is L0, no? So now everyone knows concept. The student who analyzes the situation is going on like this, he can do better, otherwise gone. So therefore this will be MA2 mg So therefore now mg minus rho 1 a L naught g, that will get cancelled out. So MA2 is equal to rho 1 a gx. Okay, but for what time? For what time the cylinder will be there here? After the time period, no? So therefore, what is the time period? What we needed? The time period is needed is off of this one, T1 by 2 plus T2 by 2. So this should be pi. Okay, these are the types of problems. Time period of this one. Okay, I think the conditions given are very important. The lower end of the cylinder is at the interface of two liquids at equilibrium. This is the basic idea of the problem. I'll write that condition. The lower end of cylinder is at interface of two liquids. At equilibrium. Now I'll displace, I'll release it like it's going to execute SHM. Any of methods you can apply. I feel like there's the best thing through diagram. Okay, what actually goes on is what we brought the time period off of it, because here this situation will be there. Okay, it'll go inside, then it'll come, no, this off of time period. Then in remaining off, again it will be like this. Huh? The cylinder will move above the interface, again it'll come. So therefore this off is what? The total time period. Able to understand? So why this is not answer? Why this not answer? Because for off time period, this equation is valid. For off time period, this equation is valid. So I'm adding up these two. This will be, I suggest this is a very good topic where student has to really bring so many ideas at one place. Because as we proceed now, you can see that wide varieties of numerical will come. So if you revise such chapters, SHM, no, especially advanced. Mains, you don't bother anything. Directly tomorrow only you can write a final exam mains related to SHM. Already you know more simple pendulum, compound pendulum than kinematics of SHM. Nobody will ask you any questions of this kind. Advanced, this topic is very essential because if you revise this topic, almost you are revising so many things. No, fluid mechanics also you are able to revise. So these are some very, you can say the best topics are there where if a student revises such topics, no, almost you'll be revising some 10, 15 chapters, not one, two, 10, 15 chapters at a stretch you'll be revising. Such chapters, what happen, have to be given more priority. Say for exam, how many questions will come? Or 2 questions will come. So for 2 questions, why we should put effort? But you'll be revising the total mechanics using SHM. To that extent, things are going to help you a lot. Okay, SHM with fluid column will do it. I can discuss this topic for 1 month if you want, because just we have to keep on, take one condition, mix with other thing, and we can keep on learn total physics using this SHM. To that extent, this particular advantage is there here. Okay, we'll take the problems related to. Okay, there's a tube. Okay, let this be. There's a theoretical formula we'll try to derive so that numericals will be very easy for us. Instead of doing every time the numerical, no? So we'll take help of this particular. One formula will generate. That formula can be modified in most of the numericals. Okay, there's a liquid column. I'll fill up in a tube of uniform area of cross section. Area of cross section will be uniform throughout it. Okay, now get into, so let density of liquid be rho. So initial height, let it be h. Area of cross section is uniform. So are you trying to see the initial level? I'll slightly displace liquid column here. So definitely it will rise here. Then it's going to execute SHM. We have to find out that particular time period. Okay, get into the problem now. I'll take this diagram. It'll be easy for me. Okay, now I think we have a diagram. I will slightly depress the liquid column. So we are not going to move the liquid tube, this tube, this will be fixed. I'm making things clear. The liquid column is slightly pressed and released, so it's going to execute SHM. Okay, what all the displaced liquid? So that particular liquid column, will come here so that okay, we'll show like this. It'll be easier for us. What is this? What amount of liquid that decreased here? That liquid will be available here, no? In fact, it'll be pushed up. So we'll just show it here, no? Try to see the diagram. Very, very important. Now, how much it is being depressed? Okay, vertically. So shall we take this length as some x length got decreased here? So try to notice. I'm going to some x length of column got decreased here. That x length of column will increase here. Here x dash length will increase. This will be x dash. And let this be y. If you can understand this in a very 2-3 steps, we can conclude the problem. Some x length of column, what happen? I'll press it. Then that liquid column should come here. So then this cannot be x dash because this y distance will be same. You look at this alpha because of alpha beta. This should be x dash. This cannot be x. Am I right? If alpha equal to beta, then this would also have been x. Got it now? Okay, first you write some relation between x and x dash in terms of alpha beta so that our ADAC will get over. Sine alpha is equal to y by x sine beta y by x dash. What is the length of this? Total length, let me call delta L. Why that delta L has to be taken is okay. This one. So I just made that green color so that the delta L will become this length of liquid column will become like a restoring force. You can see that the weight of this one, and weight of this one. So this will become like the weight of this particular column open will become a restoring force. Excess length of, because see, like a pressure depends on depth, no? So now what happened due to this much of excess length? So it's in equilibrium. Why? Because the pressure at this point equal to pressure at this point. Pressure depends on depth. Now what will happen now? This is the excess length of liquid column. So what is delta L? Excess length of liquid on the right limb. Like this we can write it. So delta L is what? Excess length of liquid in the right limb. So what is delta L? So what is, now shall we, y is equal to, we have replaced. So therefore equating these two, x sine alpha equal to x dash sine beta. So let me replace that. What is x dash? X sine alpha. Now you can ask questions. So what actually you're doing? See, what is the basic idea? It's in equilibrium. When I press this, the liquid will get displaced. So the weight of this excess liquid, the weight of this particular length of column will produce a restoring force, and that will make the liquid to accelerate. Then when you press and release, what happens? It'll be like this. So now this length of this much of liquid column will set up a restoring force, which will make it to accelerate. Then it'll go like this. Like this, the liquid column will be executing SHM. That time period is what we are finding out. Delta L is equal to sine beta So this excess length of liquid column, the right line, will provide restoring force. This statement is very important. Restoring force to the total liquid column. What is the restoring force? So shall we put it F like this? So what is that F should be equal to? Directly, let me go for it. Area of cross section rho A delta LG sine beta. Why sine beta? Component of weight only should act. No? If the weight of the liquid is mg, delta m, delta mg sine beta is what will be acting. Some of you, what is delta F equal to? Delta mg sine beta. What is delta m? Rho A delta L G sine beta. What is delta L is this particular thing. Let me substitute this one. So this should be equal to MA. What is M? Delta M is different. M is different. M is total mass of liquid. So let's write some terms which are very easy. Total delta M is mass of this part. I'm writing for both, not for green or blue. The total mass is delta M. That force will act on the total liquid column. No? So therefore MA we should write. So this will be rho A, delta L will be sine beta into X G sine beta. So this should become equal to M. What is M? We can write rho total length of the liquid column. No? Now what is the length of liquid column? Rho A H sine alpha rho A Gx sine beta get cancelled. So sine beta plus sine alpha. Anybody can you tell what is that H by sine alpha? What is the length of this part? H by sine alpha. What is the length of this part? H by sine beta. Rho A into length of the liquid column. Initial total length of the liquid column. Total length of the liquid column will be H by sine alpha plus H by sine beta. M, that's why I'm writing M here. Total mass of liquid. That will remain same. So what we can cancel out? Rho A get cancelled. So therefore this acceleration should be equal to Gx sine alpha sine beta. By H, it will be. Okay, very best equation, you can say that one. Huh? Omega square. Okay, this X is missing, no? X, I'll write it here. So the time period will be 2 pi. Okay, this will become H by G sine alpha sine beta. What is use of this? You can see it is a generalized one. Now you can make it generalized. Now try to notice it. This what time period of the liquid column, the total liquid column, not say don't left and right. The total liquid column will be executing SHM. Now, so like every time you can take help of this particular formula. I'll bring the cases. It'll be easy for you, know. If we have let me bring all the cases in this one, what all we studied just now. So if it is like this, I'll fill up a liquid. Some to length h, and it is kept on the ground. I want time period of oscillations of it. So what is alpha beta? Alpha beta will be 90 here. That's all, no? So how come? Because what is alpha beta? Alpha beta will be 90. So this was the advantage of this particular formula now. Every problem you need not to struggle. So alpha beta tends to 90. So what is the time period? Time period will be t equal to 2 pi h by g sine 90 sine 90. So this will become okay. No, a student may think like this, sir. Is it applicable? A student as what you'll do. Alpha is 90 and beta is theta in this problem. Okay, I agree this one. So means any objective, even in advance also, no. So if you have formula, it's easy. Otherwise, we have to start from the beginning, the way we did. I dispatch the liquid, some length will decrease here. The decrease in length should be increased here. Then the pressure at this point will increase. Then that will be restoring force. So instead, remember formula, where all this formula can be applicable, try to see that one. And not only this, you can see that I'll slightly change. Till now we took some sort like linear tubes, no? Slightly I'll modify it. If we have a condition like this also. If it is of So here is what I'm filling up a liquid. No, how to find out the time period of oscillation. Look at the liquid column. It's not some sort of like linear, no, some sort of curved one. The limbs you see, they're not like straight, they're curved. So what has to be done for this? Any method? So what is the basic condition that we see that earlier it was for straight limbs? No, no, we have. So what is suggesting is like, just take help of draw a tangent at the free surface. Where you have to draw tangent only at the free surface. And the tangent what will happen here will make an angle alpha. Similarly, draw a tangent at the to the tube so that it will touch only at free surface. I'll put dot so that there's a tangent. That free surface is very important. Let me. So you draw a tangent such that the tangent should touch at the free surface. The angle made by the tangent that has to be substituted in the time period. I think really this has solved our problem now. Any arbitrary shaped tube also, let's not bother. This will be very difficult for us trying to analyze by any other method. Means just know what we discussed here now. So for that, we should display this liquid column. And then we should know what is the curvature for this particular limbs. For this, it will be one curvature. This will be one curvature. Then we have to solve further. So what he's telling is, what is the method? What is the basic idea for any arbitrary tube? For an arbitrary shaped tube, draw a what we should draw a tangent alpha beta, right? Alpha beta, what are alpha beta? Alpha and beta are the angles made by the tangents drawn at the tube at the free surface. Okay, this is the free surface. Okay, this I'll write it. There's a free surface. Let me save it. I think it may. Yeah. And now, if you know this formula, any problem of fluids mechanics you can solve. SHM not like that. You should know that one. So I think now students will pen. Okay, sir, thank you very much for good formula. No, I will not need not to bother. You go for this. How you solve this? Can you solve this by that formula? something totally different. No, only when liquid filled up in a limbs. Okay, this is going to help us. That's all here. This formula is having own limitation. Then don't think for all fluid SHMs, SHM in fluids, this is applicable only when the liquid is filled up in the limbs. Then this is applicable. See, this is what I think, students. That's why I'm scared to give any formula. So once the moment formula they see what happens, students will think that S. For whole chapter we can apply. I don't think so at the level at which we are studying. Physics is not of that kind where if you know one formula, the whole chapter you can manage. I think such things is not possible here. Only some 5-6 numericals may be related to that particular formula. So in exams, we'll be comfortable if any question comes so that we can, with formula, we can conclude very easily. There's a basic idea of concluding using formula here. Doesn't mean that this formula is everything. Now I'm making clear. Okay, you can work out today rolling SHM, angular SHM, fluids in SHM we have brought it. So tomorrow we'll explore few more. This week, the whole week will be like plenty of like if still we have SHM in thermodynamics, SHM in like gravitation. So there are so many other things are there which we have to work out here. So try to take the problems which you have some basic idea. With that one, I think so. Plenty of numericals you may come across. Put in WhatsApp and what difficulty you are facing in the question, you can send as a voice message. It'll be easy for us. Like what is the difficulty you are facing in the particular question? So like that, you can interact with a teacher. Evening, what actually I'm the timings are very like 5 to 6 is our physics time, no? But what actually happens is like either some maths class will be going on or chemistry class will be going on. Very hot days whenever some available, but most of the days what happens that 5 to 6 will be taken by one or the other subject teacher. So that's why I'm finding very difficult to interact with you people. Because sometimes when I check it, 5:30 will be maths going on, or 6 or 5:45 some chemistry will be going on. Because the uniform timings are not there, so I suggest you like